What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Resentment, forgiveness. Why it's so important to forgive, how to forgive, and how to let go of resentment so that you can live a life that you deserve to live, the life of peace, freedom. Resentment is a really heavy energy. It weighs on your heart. It weighs on your mind. Those heavy energies make life really difficult. It's really important to be able to show up in the best way that we can. You may have everything in your life in the external world, but if you are not feeling happy and at peace, life is a real struggle, and the way that you show up in your life becomes negative. It really impacts the world. I want to start out by just acknowledging whatever feelings that you may have. If you're feeling like you've been wronged, you are feeling a lot of resentment, it's okay and it's valid for you to feel the things that you feel. If you've been hurt, abused, you're valid for feeling everything that you feel. However, if you're carrying around resentment, it's actually hurting you more than anybody else. And resentment leads to emotional pain, physical pain, and also sickness. There's a lot of diseases that arise out of resentment. Learning how to let go of that resentment is really crucial for you to live a good life. There's a couple of things that I can suggest that will really help with that. It begins with understanding about the human condition. Think about it this way. We're all brought up by people spanning generations. There's a certain level of conditioning, the way that one person is treated. They're then going to pass that on to their children, or going to pass that on to their children. So there's a cycle. Understanding that people are a result of how they're raised, and not just that, but also the result of their environment. Just keeping in mind that there's a lot that goes into who a person is. It is really difficult to change even when you're trying to change. So understanding that people are acting and reacting based on their conditioning, based on how they've been raised, having that understanding can make you release a lot of the resentment that you feel towards people. A lot of times we'll feel resentment or judgment towards somebody. Think about how much that person is struggling. You also don't know what's going on inside them. Most likely somebody who does something really bad is actually feeling really guilty afterward. In fact, they might also be acting and reacting in ways because of an extreme amount of guilt that they feel that they don't know how to express. Compassion is one of the most important emotions to cultivate within us, and it serves you so much to begin a practice of compassion. Sometimes we judge others and we're angry at others because we judge and are angry at ourselves. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. A lot of us are really asleep at the wheel. I know what it's like to be very asleep, and yet to have a certain something awake in me that wants to be a better person, acting and reacting in ways that then I feel so bad about, and almost not knowing how to stop it. There's a momentum that goes on based on our conditioning. The more awake we become, the more we're able to change our actions and be a little bit more in control of our actions. Even if we have really deep, meaningful spiritual experiences and awakening, we might not be able to control how we act and react. This does not excuse anybody, and none of this excuses anybody for doing harmful things to others. But I think it's a really powerful quote. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. A lot of people have no idea how much harm they're causing. Maybe they do on some level, but it may be so painful to acknowledge it that they push it down. And when you push and repress emotions, that also leads to even more negative actions. We all come from the same source. Everybody has the capacity of being a sinner and a saint. And I've seen it within myself, and it's humbling to recognize it. A really important step in being able to forgive is to know thyself. Looking within and acknowledging and noticing your own darkness allows for you to have compassion and understanding for others. Everybody has done wrong to others. And think about it. If you've ever harmed someone and they've forgiven you, how good does that feel? So be that person who is forgiving others as well. It allows for somebody to maybe make a change. They're more likely to harden and to tighten up and feel more guilt, repress more as a result of not being forgiven. Everybody, for the most part, is really trying their best, and people who are doing really terrible things are hurting. You may not see it, you may not even believe it, but I promise you, I know that I've done some things that are really harmful to people, that maybe on the surface I've not shown remorse, but inside I've felt it, and it's made me want to change. Some people may never change. Their conditioning may be that hard. When you begin to be that person who moves from love and forgives, it gives permission to others to do the same. Don't wait for an apology in order to forgive. Just forgive because you understand that that person is a person just like you, going through life, trying to figure it out. Carrying that heavy load of resentment is going to create more negativity in the world rather than love and positivity. The resentment drops away, you feel lighter, and your heart opens. Feel love. That is the way that we change the world. Sometimes moving from force and anger can actually initiate change. Anger can really make people move mountains, but I think there's a ceiling to doing anything that is coming from that negative place. Love is the most powerful force. Love will win out. Forgive. Let go of that burden. And as you let go of that burden and you begin to radiate that love, more people will be inspired. You can actually help others. No matter how wronged you have been, there are people out there who have experienced really extreme trauma and have been very heavily abused, who have decided to go in the direction of love and to forgive. Those people are so inspiring. If they can do it, you can as well. There's always that one person who's gone through a really heavy, trying time and have come out into the light. So it's a choice. It may not seem like it is, but it is ultimately. I hope this serves you.